Hey everyone, Dave Shinskie of Baseball Rebellion. I'm here with Seth Simmons and Walker Lockett, two guys that I've been working with this off season. Seth Simmons, free agent, and Walker is now with the Mets. Got traded from the Padres to the Indians, and on his way up here, got traded to the Mets. So, guys, thanks a lot for coming here this off season. It's been awesome. It's been a learning experience for me. Talk a little bit about and summarize about what it is we did here this off season for you. Whether it's pitch design, movements. Go ahead and touch on that a little bit, Seth.
So I came here to do pitch design and clean up a little bit of my movements because they had not stayed the same through the season last year. So honestly, working with the lower body movements and creating a good drive, and then the I would say the wave drill probably helped the most in cleaning up my arm, getting it in the right spots and on time to throw a baseball at a high level, and in that I think honestly turned into helping me tunnel pitches better. So honestly, it started with the movements. I wanted to come here for pitch design, obviously, but that was the end goal, and I really didn't understand that. And doing the moves and stuff like that we've done, mainly wave drill, like I've said, with my arm, all that really piled into one, helped with tunneling and pitch design even more. So I got a lot out of this offseason, probably my most successful offseason I've had so far.
Great. What about you, Walker?
Yeah, touching on that, came here to work on tunneling and pitch design. Ultimately leaving here with, better body movements, better idea on how I'm trying to get down the mound, where my arm is. And initially, I don't think I thought about all that coming in, working on tunneling and pitch design, but leaving here, I definitely think, I have a better understanding on what I'm trying to do and, my thoughts and how I go about it on the mound. So.
Yeah, and that's basically what we teach here at Baseball Rebellion. I watched both your videos of when you were in, I think, El Paso last year, and you spring training, just videos, and then evaluating both of you guys. You look super, super relaxed. So this last pen, we faced live hitters, and basically we're sitting 92 to 94 early February, 91. Early February. Touch on what you feel going into the spring, going into spring training with the Mets, how this offseason compares to the other off seasons.
Yeah, I mean, definitely think I've made more progress than I've made in any off season that I've had before. Feel really confident going into spring as far as where my stuff is right now. Stuff is sharp, stuff's moving good, how I want it to move. So with that being said, I think everything we did as far as, with the drills, even with the baseball, without the baseball, Rivera drill, wave drill, just ultimately
mirror work.
Yeah, ultimately getting my body in the right position and knowing that if I get to that right position, the outcome and the result is going to be the one I wanted because I did everything right, and the end product is the end product.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, same for him. I mean, for me, it was more about arm strength and building back up because, through rehab that I had, it definitely helped. But, the rehab was to get me on the field as fast as possible. And this off season was to actually train and get back to the way I used to pitch. I felt like I lost that a little bit last year. So the arm strength of weighted ball stuff that we did, I felt was super easy and super clean this year. With the data that we got back from it and whatnot, I feel like that I'm in a good place, especially throwing the ball at a high level with really good efficiency and being able to build some arm strength, some velo, like we've talked about. I've thrown, low to mid 90s before, early in my career, but I was never sitting 91 in my first live in February, and I was not throwing, pull downs at 99 miles an hour that early, for me at least. So the training, the whole aspect of the whole thing, just really, I was pleased with this off season. I felt like it's been, if not the best, one of the best off seasons I've had, and I've definitely needed it getting older, being a free agent, gonna have to really fight for my spot this year. So this has helped because the atmosphere has been really competitive in here too. So
Yeah, we what you're saying is we have hitters, pro hitters in here, and they went live the other day. It was an awesome experience. First time we did it at Baseball Rebellion, and these guys showed up. So you talked about running guns and weighted balls, and talk a little bit about adding like together, a drive line or a weighted ball program in with the Baseball Rebellion way of thinking and analyzing yourself.
yeah, so I've done driveline for a while now, but I wanted to find a place that was obviously going to let me be myself a little bit, but I wasn't going to be hard-headed with it if I was doing some sort of type of movement wrong, or if I was in bad places throwing wise. And that's what we've noticed is it wasn't the program that I was doing was wrong, it was the way I was doing it was wrong, and I wasn't really paying too much attention to some of the minor details that maybe I'd missed through rehab or just trying to get back fast. So the program here, it's super simple to just add your weighted ball program to it, because a lot of the movements you have to that you learn before picking up a baseball or picking up a weighted ball or whatever ball you're going to throw really teach you how to get into a good spot to throw any baseball, any ball. So I don't see any problem with coming here and doing any type of weighted ball program, whichever weighted ball program you want to use, whether it's driveline, tap, or whoever's. It's pretty simple just to add it in here. And I mean, obviously you have your velocity program that you've built up, but it does incorporate weighted balls and mound velo testing and plyo testing, and all of it. We tracked all of it this whole year, and we saw my velo go from first few weeks back it was like 84, 85, and it slowly started to get to 88, 89, 90, 91, and now I'm playing catch at 84, 85, not trying to. So I feel like my arm is fresh and in a good spot, and that's through just the whole program.
Yeah, exactly. And Locke, you can talk a little bit about how we use, the Rapsodo, we use the high-speed camera, and also like your mental state going into this spring training of just how you're going to basically even just take a game of catch and what your mental approach is there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think if anything, that I've learned over my career is that every throw is important. There's no, every single throw that you make is gonna affect you one way or the other, whether that be on the mound, any aspect. So I think ultimately, getting that sharp focus going right into your catch play, even into your routine before you play catch, is crucial. It's if you want to be good on the mound, that is. So I think, here we definitely touched on a lot of that type of stuff, along with the movements and the drills and stuff. The focus goes, hand in hand. So
yeah, talk a little bit about how we use Rapsodo to, basically how we repeated your movements and how being repeatable to seeing the numbers that we saw with the Rapsodo.
Yeah, definitely. This is the first time in the off season I've ever, had access to use a Rapsodo. That was awesome. But you can really, especially in the off season when you're trying to, really focus on certain aspects of your game, that, it's an awesome piece to have, because, you truly know why your pitches are doing this and why they're good.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, two-seam changeup guy, I want my changeup to look exactly the way my two-seam does, and with the Rapsodo, we're able to achieve, those results. Also, working on my breaking ball, working on finding that release point, tunnel, arm slot, the consistent one that's consistent with my two-seam, my breaking ball off my two-seam. So I thought that was huge.
What about you?
Yeah, using the high-speed cameras, and then also we talked about the movements and kind of where we're getting our force and drive and all that stuff. It's like if we can repeat the delivery, it's easier to repeat where our hand is going to be. And seeing that through the high-speed cameras was, the first step. And then so getting our hand in the same place to match it up with the spin. So, the spin rotation, spin efficiency, true spin, all the numbers that go into it, where it's breaking, how it's breaking, what it looks like to the hitter. It just made it so much easier when you're able to see it through high-speed cameras, like you are in the right spot every single time. It's in that window every single time. And then as the ball comes off your fingers, that's when we started toying with stuff. It's just like we talked about with my 2-seam, being able to ride up further on the seams, made it go horizontal, coming back further down, made it sink more. We'd have never figured that out if we didn't have, an idea where our hand was going to be at all times. I mean, with Lockett's curveball, when he came first in here, he would probably tell you that he had zero feel for that curveball or breaking ball, whatever. But the other day, that was almost his best pitch.
Yeah.
And he just started throwing it, and all it really took was sitting in that office, showing him over and over again, look, your hand's in a U underneath where your 2-seam is.
Yeah.
That's so easy for him to just walk in there and try and fix.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was the huge help, was the high speed and then being able to match that. with
Being
our
able
spin.
to throw a pitch, analyze what you did, take a step back and go, okay, this is what we're trying to do. That's huge.
I mean, that's where baseball's going, and basically, what we do here is we break it down, slow motion, and use the Rapsodo, use the TrackMans that you guys are going to be using during your season. And what do those numbers tell you? What is why did you have such a good day this day? Why was your curveball breaking at this? And that's what we do here is basically teach these guys how to analyze themselves within the game. And it's been an awesome experience to work with you guys, elite arms, and just see that the movements that we teach here, they're right. They're the right way. And I just wish you guys the best. Locke, you're leaving tomorrow to go down to Jacksonville, and then from there going to spring training, early pitchers and catchers, and then Seth will be throwing for some people here, and he'll have a job in no time. But I want to thank you guys again. Sure. Do you guys have anything else to say?
No, it's just been a great off season. Couldn't have asked for a better experience, really. I just appreciate everything y'all have done for us and helped us out with.
Yeah. Definitely a solid experience, solid group of guys, felt at home, so thought it was really good. I really enjoyed myself.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Dave Shinskie, Seth Simmons, and Walker Lockett. Thanks again.